Listen, we got to talk about your hearts. Rick, this show's for you. We got to talk about your hearts. Since 1973, almost 50 years ago, heart disease has been the leading killer of both men and women. I'm going to be a little serious here for a minute, guys. In America, 116.4 million people have cardiovascular disease. Every 8 seconds, that same disease kills somebody, and every 3 to 4 minutes, someone dies of a stroke. Here's the real ticker, if you'd like. About 90% of heart disease is preventable and reversible if the muscle's not damaged. So we got to get with the program, guys. Every expert on the planet will tell you heart disease is caused by, together, crew, food. So we're going to talk about food and creating some substitutions that will help you to get over your love of meat, which is the main cause of cardiovascular disease, not to mention the demise of the planet, but that's another show. The demise of humans might be better for the planet, but let's not go there. We're going to make a Reuben, but we're going to use tempeh, not corned beef or pastrami or whatever it is that they use to make them, and it will be just as satisfying and delicious. We're going to take a hot skillet and add some avocado oil. And we're going to add to that skillet something called tempeh. This is tempeh. Tempeh comes to us from Indonesia. It's a fermented product. They take soybeans, partially cook them, and inoculate them with the same starter that they use to make brie. We're going to lay this tempeh into the hot oil. It has a really sort of hearty texture. I never say meaty because, ew. Okay. Then while the tempeh's frying, we'll take a grill pan over medium heat, brush oil onto it, and we're going to grill our bread. Now, we're not grilling the bread to be crusty toasty here. We just kind of want to take off the softness that can be whole grain bread. Just going to lay these pieces in the pan and let them lightly brown. And while this is all happening, all this browning is happening, we're going to do the really hard part of the Reuben. So, Reubens are famous for not only their meat, but for their Thousand Island dressing. And if you've ever been in a supermarket and picked up a package of Thousand Island dressing and read the label, it could be a Russian novel. But really, Thousand Island dressing has only a few ingredients. Watch this. We'll take some vegan mayo, as much as you like, because we're going to make 2 sandwiches. So a couple tablespoons of vegan mayo, right? Unsweetened ketchup, which is going to give us our nice pink Thousand Island dressing color. A little sea salt. Not a lot of sea salt. We are cooking for heart health here. Garlic powder for flavor. And some pickled relish. About a tablespoon and a half, okay? Mix it up. You've got gorgeous pink color. It looks, smells, and tastes like Thousand Island dressing. You want to know why? Because it is. Okay, now we'll take a fork. We're going to turn our tempeh, and you can see it's beautifully browned, right? It's going to have a nice, rich flavor and a great texture. Turn our bread. Again, we're not toasting this crunchy. We're just kind of taking a little bit of the softness off it, okay? All right, and while that's happening, we'll slice our tomatoes. You don't have to garnish your sandwiches with tomatoes and lettuce, but it gives a nice sort of sweetness. It also gives a little more texture. It makes the sandwich seem more rich. And we're also going to add to it some sauerkraut, which is optional, but it's going to help you to digest the protein of the tempeh. So it's a win-win. So now, clean my area. Everything should be ready. And now we're going to build our sandwiches. Take 2 pieces of your toasted bread. Take some Thousand Island dressing onto the bread. These are supposed to be gooey. The dressing's supposed to run down your hand, down your wrist, right? They're gooey. Now we take fried tempeh. I love this color. It's just so beautiful. I love these. Now we take some tomato slices onto each piece of tempeh. A little more Thousand Island dressing. Remember, think goopy. Sauerkraut, yes, no? Crew, yes, no? Yes. Sauerkraut? Yes. Okay. Sauerkraut. Buy the sauerkraut that's in the fridge, right? If you buy the one in the fridge, it's actually alive and will act in your digestive tract like a pickle. If you buy the one that's on the shelf, it's been pasteurized, and I know there's a joke in there, but it's dead. So you want to get the one that's alive. Some romaine lettuce. I like to use just the tender top part of my romaine leaves and then use the rest in salad, because you want this to have a nice sort of flavor to it. And then the bread goes on top. You can serve them whole like this, or take your Tempeh Reuben, slice it on the diagonal. And I'm telling you, one bite of these and nobody is going to miss the meat.